Hello, friends. Welcome back to a new lesson and hopefully to a new day. That's right. As you well know, we have been talking about how to create different things, right? We have been doing a couple of tutorials. I already did a tutorial on how to um, how to create a resume using Google Docs, correct? Well, today's tutorial is how to write a personal statement or a reflection paper, okay? Essay on yourself. Most of my seniors, I mentioned before, I have a senior class that will need to write a personal statement, and they need to use different things. They have to know how to create a resume, which we already did. They have to know how to create a personal statement, which we are doing today. And they also need to know how to create a presentation, which is the following lesson, okay? Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead and continue. So my clear learning target is I can tell my own story through written expression. That's all we're doing today in this tutorial. How do you write a personal statement? Okay, that's it. Okay, here we go. So personal statements are used for people that plan to go to college. Also, other um, institutions need personal statements as well, like AmeriCorps. But you are telling me probably, teacher, I'm not planning to do either one of those. So why do I need a personal statement? Well, again, you might not want to do a personal statement. You might want to do a reflection essay. And in this case, a reflection essay is for you to look at your life up to now, okay? To look at your last 4 years of high school. What have you accomplished? What have you done? It's just a good way to reflect where you have been and where you want to go. Now, there are other things that you can do that are not necessarily going to college, okay? So you can learn a trade and you might want to have a personal statement for that. So there are so many different trades that you can actually learn. And here we got some of them. And for this trade, you don't have to go to college, like construction, okay? Welding, let's look at them, manufacturing, carpentry, electrician, landscape, business owner, um, plumber, and there's so many others, but I'm going to stop over here, respiratory therapy, etc. Right? For many of this, you don't really have to have any formal education. You just need to have the training. And believe me, folks, when I tell you, you will probably be able to make a lot of money on these different things, okay? On career or trades. So it's something that you might want to look into, and a personal statement or a reflection essay will definitely help you start in this trajectory, okay? Let's go ahead and continue. So, what are the expectations, requirements, guidelines, advice that I can give you about uh, a personal statement or a reflection essay? Okay. So first, um, do a minimum of 3 paragraphs. Okay. So we ask about, usually everybody asks about 500 words. Okay, but that is not the limit. I don't recommend that you go over 1 page to a page and a half, though, but totally up to you. If you like to write, please go ahead and tell us all about you. Okay. Another one is it has to be your own personal experience. Don't share a lot of details about other people's or other things that are not related to you. Remember, this is personal, this is about you. Okay, so we don't want to hear about your friends or your family a lot. I mean, you can definitely refer to them, but they should not be the center of your paper. Okay, it's about you. Be clear and concise. Okay, this is not a time to use flowery language. Um, Proofread your essay. So once you finish, proofread your paper. You can do it yourself, or you can also get feedback from other people. But first, you should read it, okay? So you read it yourself first. If it makes sense to you, it means that it is a well written paper, okay? Beautiful. So, what are something that you should never do? You should never plagiarize, okay? It is not acceptable, and teachers, professors, universities will find out. There are ways to find out if you copy um, your paper from other people. Okay? So don't do that. Don't ask anyone else to write it. Remember, we know how you write. We've been reading your papers for 4 years. So don't do that, please. Okay. So let's leave that behind and then just go right into the personal statement. Okay. So the possible topic that I recommend for all of my students, because I teach ELLs, right? So what I say is do it about you. So talk about you. Okay. So I will name my paper My Roots, maybe all about me, my life, some of those things. It might be cliches to some people, but as an immigrant, as a person that came to this country and had to learn English, it is not. And as you develop your paper, the reader will be able to realize that it is a very important. It's your story, okay? Okay, so paragraph one, make it easy, make it simple, make it about you. Tell us who you are. Introduce yourself to us. I'm not saying my name is la da 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 da. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying is give us a beautiful picture of who you are. Where did you come from? Why did you come here? Your early experiences that guided your life, who inspired you as a child, why did you come to the United States, how did you end up in Chattanooga. Just tell us all of those things, okay? Make sure that each paragraph has a minimum of 5 sentences, okay? And use a variety of sentence types. Use questions and exclamatory sentences and compound sentences. Okay, so complex sentences. Don't just use a simple sentence. Okay, so that is a tip that doesn't go here, but I think that it would really help. So paragraph one for my ELLs, concentrate on who you are. Okay, tell us about where you came from and set the stage for where you are right now. Okay, because that's going to be on the second paragraph. My recommendation is talk about your experience at Howard or high school in general. Okay, because some of you are transferred to Howard as a senior already. So your experience in high school, okay, how it changed your life. The early years. So when you first began high school, some of you were very shy. I remember that. I have known you and seen you for the last 4 years, many of you. So some of you were very hesitant to learn English. So talk about learning English. Talk about making friends. I remember some of you were very lonely at the beginning and you felt lonely. But then you started making friends and opening up, and you became the amazing person that you are today. So tell us about that. Who inspired you? You know, friends, family, your family back in your home country, your teachers, staff members, like the counselors or the administrative team. Who has inspired you throughout these years? Friends, sadly, many of you drop out of high school, but you are the special few that have decided to remain with us for 4 years. And that in itself is a great accomplishment. So tell us about that, okay? Also about graduating. Do you have any fears about what happens next? Where you going after that? How do you feel about your upcoming graduation, finishing high school? You know, for many of you, this is an extraordinary moment, okay? And I want you to share that with us in the second paragraph, okay? Okay, and that brings us to our last paragraph. This is again, if you're just doing a reflection essay, if you're one of my ELLs. So talk to me about your future, okay? Your dreams. So here I have it. So what do you want in your future? You came here for a purpose, for a reason, okay? And this is a good time to think about it. Yes, granted, you should have probably thought about it before, but if you haven't, it's never too late, okay? So think about what you want for your life. How do you want to proceed? Remember the slide that I showed you before. So go back on the video and look at that, okay? You don't have to go to college if you don't want to go to college. You can go to trade school and be a career ready person. You can eventually own your own business and be very successful as a business owner, or even if you just work for somebody else, but learn something that is going to set you up for your future. Okay, what motivates you? Who motivates you? What are your future plans, career plans? Okay, so this is a good time to talk about that. And to do that, we are going to go ahead and do it in the Google platform. So if you excuse me for a second, we're going to leave my presentation. We're going to jump right into our, I'm going to jump right into Chrome's and go here. Remember, we come right here, click on that, and this is the best place for you to go ahead and write your personal statement or reflection essay. Just click over here on the plus sign, and a new paper or a new document will, you know, be there set up for you. The great thing about this is, remember what I mentioned before, it will not get deleted. It will always be there. You can access it from anywhere and work on it on as you go. Okay, work on it at school, at home, at a coffee shop, regardless where you are. You can always access this document as long as you have a computer or a device and internet. Those are the only two things that you need. Remember to title your personal statement or reflection essay. You can say my dream, okay, and then when you click right here, the title will be right there. Okay, friends? With that, we have arrived at the end of my tutorial on how to write a personal statement or reflection essay. Have a wonderful day.